Welcome back everybody to the Case Flower School free demonstrations. So these classes are suitable for beginners, maybe the amateur person that just enjoys flowers or working from at home. So today I'm going to show you, it's like a little shopping basket, okay, a bit fancy as a shopping basket, but it's a little container. But the great thing about this container is it comes with its own little mini shopping bag as well. So when you buy the one container, you're getting two for the price of one. I think it's around $5.80, $5.90 for the two of them. And these containers are available from a company in Ardee, County Louth called Evergreen Silk Plants. So the best thing to do, if anybody is watching, they might maybe comment underneath, put the @ sign, just write in Evergreen Silk Plants, and then that way you'll actually tag the company. And if somebody then wants to maybe click on it, it'll bring you to the page. Charlie is the owner and you'll be able to deal with him direct. Now these containers are suitable for doing in artificial flowers. So any of the ideas that I'm showing you, if you want to maybe substitute and use artificial flowers instead, absolutely. If you have any questions at all, maybe about substituting or using something different, just put it in the comments below. And also we love a little bit of interaction when we're doing these videos, so why don't you let us know who's watching and where you're watching in from. Okay, so first of all, the container is not plastic lined, so you'll need to line it. And I'm just going to use the cellophane for doing this. So this is the heavy quality cellophane that we normally use for making aqua packs when we're doing hand-tied bouquets. So I'm just going to cut off the length of this, probably going for about 35 centimeters wide, just in case anybody is asking. The blade on this scissors is obviously dirty because normally it should just slide along for me. There we go. And there's our length of cellophane cut. Now if you haven't got cellophane, excuse the bang, you can always use a plastic bag as well. So now I'm going to fold it in three, to be sure, you know what I mean, to make sure that it doesn't leak. And then I'm just going to line it, so just push my hand down inside here. There we go, get in there. Right. That side. A little bit of surplus here. I'm going to press it down into it. You could trim it off if you want. And there's our plastic down inside it. A carrier bag or a food bag, or you know the zippy bags, they will do exactly the same job. And sometimes maybe double them over. Put one inside the other just to be on the safe side. And then I have my block of floral foam. I have half a block of floral foam here. I'm just going to try this. Yeah, that'll actually work. And I'm just going to take a little bit off one side, okay? You'll see why in a minute. So we'll just take off a little bit on one side of it. I always kind of like trim the corners off my floral foam. I just kind of find it's easier to camouflage it if you do. So again, just maneuver the cellophane around this and we get that in position. And the little pieces that I trimmed off, you can throw them in the bin, or you can just kind of press them down to one side. Because it's lined, I can hold them in place. I'll just place this back up on the turntable so that you can see what I'm doing. And what I'm going to add in is a small bottle of champagne, okay? And this could be maybe a small bottle of wine, and it just gives an added little dimension because this is obviously going to be a gift. It could be for Valentine's Day, but to be honest, you could easily change this design around for all year round. The containers themselves, they do come in other colours from Evergreen Silk Plants. And again, you could change the bottle, you know, that way, or you could leave it out altogether. And this could be a happy birthday, happy anniversary. If it was pink for Mother's Day, if it was lemon for Easter. I actually think the little scallop at the top there, I think would be brilliant for Easter. You could have a little Easter egg or Easter bunny or Easter chick to one side. It would look really nice. So again, it's a little all year round and it would make a fabulous gift for someone. So what I'm going to do is just keep this really, really simple. I'm just going to move it down lower because I just kind of find for this, our table is a bit higher than normal. And I just kind of find the turntable is bringing it up a little bit too high for me. So using 3 large red-headed roses, okay, I'm just going to make a group of roses to one side. So if you never ever did flower arranging in your life, you will be well able to do this, okay? So just to turn around for the moment, there's the first rose. There's the second rose, and I'm going to add the third rose in there, just a tiny bit lower, just over to the right hand side. And again, just press that down. Now, as I said, if you never did flower arranging, how easy or how simple is that? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 3 much smaller headed pink roses, okay? And pink and reds, like they can work together. So again, I'm just going to cut this one, add our first rose in there, like, you know what I mean, cutting it down short, maneuvering it down. Just going to move the bottle out of the way just so I can get it actually in there. Waiting. Then add in our second one. Remove the guard petals if you want. Some people remove the guard petals as soon as they get them in, and other people just like to remove the guard petals as they use them. And again, we'll just get our bottle in there before we maneuver any more. There we go. There we go. And then I'm going to get our third rose in. Now, I just want to bring that up there a little bit more. Do you know what I should have done? Was just add another little bit of floral foam. Just give me a second and I'll just get a little bit of floral foam just so that I can bring that bottle up a tiny little bit higher. So I just added a little wedge of floral foam underneath the bottle. I know I had a small bit, there just wasn't enough just to bring our bottle up a little bit higher. And you can see then I've just grouped in our 3 roses. And then just at the back here, just a little bit of a gap. So just have, I'm going to use like a kind of a Rignum head or a thistle head, whatever you happen to have. Carnations would do, and it could even be a contrasting colour or a similar colour. So if you had like red baby carnations or wine baby carnations, you could add them in here. But I always think like the purples work with the reds and the purples work with the pinks, you know, that way we're kind of keeping it all kind of contrasting, keeping it all toning in together here. So again, a couple of little of the original heads in here at the back, just giving us a little group. I'll turn this around to you now so that you can see what I'm doing. There you go, see them there just at the back. And just into one side of the pink rose, I just kind of feel I could just do with a little bit of greenery, so a little bit of eucalyptus in there. And just in the front, in front of the 3 roses, and again, I just feel I could just do with another little bit of greenery there. I'm just checking around the side. Can you see like in there? So again, another tiny little bits of greenery. Okay, that's all you're needing. Short little bits. And this is just kind of like filling in your cop-on spots. That's what we call it. So in around the back here again, tiny little bit of area there. Do you see, for a bit of greenery? And another little bit over here. So like make sure that you check around and that your mechanics is covered in. Pull off the leaves that's at the bottom so that you have a nice clean stem kind of going into the gap. And then that way then it'll grip the floral foam for you and it'll hold it in place. So there I've just stuck in, do you see them little pieces of greenery? And the very last thing then that I have is, I'm going to do this as a kind of a Valentine design. So I just have this little Valentine heart, which I'm just going to bring in just behind our little bottle of champagne. Now I'll put it back up on the turntable. I'll just clean off the table a little bit. Obviously you're not supposed to throw things on the floor. And here is our little gift basket, our shopping basket as I called it earlier on, with a little bottle of champagne and our Valentine heart. I'll just move our ribbon there to the front. So that would work out quite inexpensive to make. And again, if you were doing it as a gift for somebody, I know somebody has commented underneath to say that Lidl and Aldi, they sell a lot of them small bottles, you know, that way maybe you could pick up a small little bunch of cheap roses, you know what I mean, while you're in the supermarket, and if you had that container or you bought them in different colours, you could use them all year round. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. As I said, if anybody has any questions, post them in the comments below. If you need any information on training here at Case Flower School, remember, if you're unemployed, employed or self-employed, there is grants available. For anybody that's on disability, carers allowance or job seekers allowance, there is a grant out there up to €1,000. So drop me an email, info@flowerschoolireland.com, and I can drop you all the information. In the meantime, thank you for watching. My name is Janette and I'm from Case Flower School. And by the way, don't forget to share this video. Thanks a million.